the last two, they've progressed to the final. And of course, they are going to do so again. It's just a matter of whether Atletico can restore some pride here ahead of the teams meeting in a hugely important league game here at the beginning of next month.
Well, I'm just looking at it, it's Sergio Ramos who's made way, Kevin, and Nacho's coming in for him at the back. I don't know if it's an injury or a problem, or maybe they're just taking it as a precautionary measure. They're fairly comfortable, I have to say, and not surprised there was changes made, obviously, by Atletico Madrid. Manquillo was the one they were worried about. Juan Fran, straight swap, right back for a right back, and I'm sure his neck is still sore, and glad that he's actually okay. Good run from Yaramendi. It's caught.
Xabi Alonso with the free kick. Just to confirm, it was Diego who was the other player to make way for Atleti. Well defended by Alderweireld.
Yeah, Rafael Varane pressing on behind him, and Alderweireld has done once again, I think, very well.
Despite the fact that Alderweireld is a current Belgian international, that partnership of Miranda and Godin has worked so well for Simeone, not just this season but last as well. It's been hard to dislodge that pair. With the introduction of Adrian, it does allow Simeone's team to play 4-4-2, which is a normal setup.
I think he had to go for it at the start, Kevin. They needed goals, and I think he was right to have a go.
Just 6 needed, Jerry, to get to the final.
Well, he will dream and hope and wish, but I think he'll settle for 1 now, just to give him a lift and a little bit of a boost to his players, to give them something to go for in the second half.
Juan Fran. Ball looked out.
Good. Not given though.
Koke. Rodriguez. Taking the long route. Ronaldo. And he won't be fazed by the jeers. Now they'd love him in a red and white shirt rather than the white one.
Oh, he's gone past 2 or 3 players there and put the cross in and got the block and won the throw-in. Not the most popular with the Atletico Madrid fans, as you say, Kevin, but
Carvajal. Slipped there by Alonso. Modric. Lovely little pass there from Luka Modric. Isco prevented from getting the ball in, where both Ronaldo and Bale were waiting.
He's working hard, Isco. He's playing all different positions, Kevin. As I said, false number 9 and dropping in the hole, and there seems to be a few problems in the crowd at the moment. And this is where we should be watching. Oh, great play.
It's Adrian. Christian Rodriguez in the middle, so too Varane.
And there's the athleticism of Varane coming into play, Kevin. Great little dummy from Adrian down the right-hand side. And a superb cross in from the right.
Bale away this time. Alderweireld. Suarez. No claim from Raul Garcia. He knew that he was just losing his balance there. It's Luka Modric. Very much in the hearts of Real Madrid fans everywhere at the moment. Luka Modric enjoying a wonderful season. They were singing his name at the Bernabeu at the weekend in that win against Villarreal.
Well, he was well marked by Rafael Varane, and you can see he's controlled the ball. He's lost his balance and fallen over. And that one a little bit more near the mark. Nacho too tight on that occasion as Carvajal wins. Wonderful first touch from Isco. Good control, Kevin.
Carvajal. Alonso. Isco. Another great touch. Miranda stood strong in front of him.
Well, had a chance to pull the trigger. Wanted another touch. Wanted to go round Miranda. Miranda was an immovable object.
And this wonderful run that Real Madrid have put together in 2014. Very heartening indeed for the coach Carlo Ancelotti, whose record, incidentally, after his opening 36 games in all competitions, is better than that of both Mourinho and Pellegrini at this stage.
I've seen them get better and better every week, Kevin, this Real Madrid side. And, you know, as I mentioned earlier, the other players, the squad players, if you want to call Rafael Varane a squad player, you know, he's come back into full fitness. He needs some games now. But Isco's there on the bench, hasn't done an awful lot wrong. He's available. You know, Bale's been out injured once or twice and he's come back in. All the key players are there, and they're getting better and better. The big plus for me is Hesse. He's come in this season and really set this place alight, and I think he's been a magnificent player so far, and looks like he's going to have a big future for Real Madrid.
Iaramendi. Isco. Bale. Taken on here by Koke. Carvajal getting a good foot in there.
He was quick to pick his pocket. He made up a lot of ground to get back in and just toe poked the ball away. And there's a great enthusiasm and belief about this Real Madrid side as they continue to improve.
Well, the Atleti fans are doing their best to maintain an atmosphere inside the Vicente Calderon for all their disappointment. Very loyal fans who've had a lot of disappointments over the last decade or so. Back certainly as the third force in Spanish football after a few seasons away from that position. And who knows, they might even usurp the big two and take their first La Liga title since 1996. But it's how they recover from what is very much looking like it's going to be 3 defeats in a row for the first time in 3 years. Arda Turan looks as though he's going to be on shortly. No sign of them narrowing the gap in this second leg. Maybe Raul Garcia's got other ideas on that. Christian Rodriguez. Drop kindly for Bale.
Strong challenge from Juan Fran, nothing unusual. I think the crowd and the fans just like to see Cristiano on his backside after those opening two goals in the first half. If you really want to hear the roof getting left off, Kevin, Atletico Madrid, if they score a goal, you'll think they've won the cup again. Be very close to a yellow card, Raul Garcia. He's been niggling and he's gone away with quite a few.
Isco. Ronaldo not close to finding Bale. As soon as Isco came deep, Gareth Bale took up the nominal number 9 role. Nacho penalised for the challenge on Garcia.
It doesn't do an awful lot wrong for me, Nacho. He just jumps early. I think Raul Garcia's doing a poor me. Looking a bit of sympathy from the referee. Yes, he's doing a few stretches.
Iaramendi, Carvajal, Ronaldo. Below. It's got nothing of the normal fire and intensity that this fixture normally affords us. Real Madrid playing well within themselves, and Atletico Madrid just, I wouldn't say satisfied to just escape with a 2-0 defeat. That's not what you would level at a Simeone side, but they're not really troubling Casillas at all so far in this second half. Both goals in the first, early penalties for Cristiano Ronaldo.
Look, this is continuing here. Xavi Alonso's Raul Garcia. He's trying to get him booked, isn't he? He's trying to get him booked. There's a lot of bad blood there.
Well, Guillaume was saying at half-time there's a bit of history there.
You can see that.
Here's Juan Fran. Trying to find a way past Arbeloa, and drop for Adrian. Now the club captain coming on for Raul Garcia. Perhaps Simeone has noticed that the fuse is getting shorter and shorter for Raul Garcia.
I think so. I think he's very fortunate not to have been booked already. I just mentioned it earlier. And it's not worth the risk. They know the tie's over. There's half an hour to go. Definitely not worth the risk. There's big league games to come up where they're going to need his talents and his goal-scoring prowess.
Well, it's a very unlikely front two now of Christian Rodriguez and Adrian Gonzalez. Two players that have figured very little, certainly in terms of starts, for Simeone this season.
Yeah, I think it's more or less said, look, okay, we're out of the competition, we are the holders, but we're admitting that we're over, it's done, and now we're looking forward to the next game, which is a league game, and we need the 3 points and start looking forward.
Isco or Ronaldo, chance to run it. Alderweireld. The Belgian defends well again. Corner.
He has done well, Kevin. Whenever I've seen him play, and again, he's not bought any of the dummies and stuff. He's done really well.
Still plenty of players in white shirts hungry for a goal. Modric with the corner. Isco, an excellent cross in. Atleti deal with it, and away by Koke.
Hardly got a cross in there, Kevin, in that tight area. Super cross it was as well.
Looks very much like Atletico Madrid's 20-game unbeaten home run is coming to an end. It's in all competitions. Isco. Lovely fluent play here, led by Isco, and he's got a free kick out of Suarez.
He's so good, Kevin, at turning, and that little outside of the hook right foot round the wall pass, and got the return from Bale, and continues his run, and there's a challenge comes in there from Suarez, and I think he goes over easy, and he'll take the free kick.
You've got to hand it to them. They've enjoyed the season as a whole. But is it about to unravel? Here's Bale. It's unraveling, certainly, but to what extent? The next few weeks will tell us. It'll be very interesting.
I think March is a big month for them, Kevin, as we see Bale hit this one, little dipping, swerving shot, and Aranthevia does well. But yeah, March is a big month with the Champions League and obviously Real Madrid to play as well.
I think you're right, Jerry. I think stay in contention for the title as April beckons. There could yet be great joy here.
All things being equal, Kevin, as long as they don't lose 2 or 3 of the key players, you know, I think they're still going to be thereabouts, and it's just great to see 3 teams at the top on 57 points, and hopefully it stays as tight as that right up until May, and then we'll see who's going to be crowned champions.
And let's not forget, Jerry, their excellent Champions League campaign this season.
Yeah, they've been fantastic. Well, they won their group
by a mile.
Yeah, in a group that had Porto, and Porto hadn't lost at home for something like 20-odd years. And they beat them home and away. I think it was Arda Turan got the winner in that game.
Clarence Seedorf's AC Milan will start second favourites in that tie against Atletico Madrid.
I agree. I think Casemiro warming up, Kevin, looks like he's going to come on.
Incidentally, you can see the first leg of that Champions League last 16 first leg in the San Siro between AC Milan and Atletico Madrid on Sky Sports next week.
And the following week you can see Schalke against Real Madrid. On Sky Sports as well. Pepe smiling. Didn't need his services tonight.
And here's Casemiro for Modric. Luka Modric was a semi-finalist in the FA Cup with Tottenham. Did win a couple of domestic cups in his time in Croatia with Dinamo Zagreb. And he'll certainly be looking forward to a place in the starting 11 in the final. Juanfran.
Well, it's high fives from Luka and the rest of the players. They already booked their date in the final, which is on the 19th of April, Kevin. Venue to be announced.
Well, the last time the big two, if it is going to be a Real Madrid-Barcelona final, was played at the Mestalla in Valencia back in 2011.
Yeah, that's one of the favourites. He couldn't really play it here at the Vicente Calderón. It wouldn't favour Barcelona at all. The only other option would be Sevilla or somewhere like that, which is a hotbed, but it's a long way to travel for the fans. Valencia looks the most likely to me.
Great final it was as well in 2011, decided by a wonderful Cristiano Ronaldo header in extra time. But don't rule out Real Sociedad. Barcelona haven't got a great record recently at the Anoeta, to say the least, and only 2-0 up from the first leg at home.
I don't think they've won there in 5 or 6 years, is it? 7 years, something like that. It's a long time, I know that. And I remember when Xabi Alonso was playing for Real Sociedad, that was the year I thought they should have won the league. And they beat Barcelona that season at home at the Anoeta, and then they lost. I think because of David Beckham. David Beckham came on and changed the game that they were in control of. And that win for Real Madrid helped them to go on and win the league title that year. That was David Beckham's last year at Real Madrid.
Ronaldo turning into Gabi. Didn't really want the pass there, but he made light of it.
It's good football to get your way out of that position, and Juanfran coming forward.
Christian Rodriguez. Juanfran. Gabi. Adrian. Isco gets the free kick. This is the acid test now, Jerry, for Simeone in terms of his coaching skills, his man management.
Yeah, the thing is, they haven't conceded another goal in the second half. They've battled the way through a really difficult period. Certainly the first 15-20 minutes must have been soul destroying for the players and the fans, who were looking for a turnaround, a little bit of a comeback. Maybe if they'd have scored the first goal, they could have had something going for them, but the game was over very quickly, and they haven't capitulated, they haven't laid down. They're still working hard and playing to the same ethos and beliefs that Simeone has, and that is, you keep working and you'll get your rewards. And I don't think they're going to get the rewards in this match, but they will then move on to the next league game and think, well, we're top of the table, let's see, can we go and win the league.
As I touched on earlier in commentary, he's not one for making excuses, Simeone, but those injuries have bitten hard. Goalkeeper Courtois, left back Felipe, David Villa.
No, they have. They've all been difficult to get over, and as I mentioned earlier, Mario Suarez was out for a long time. He's come back and he's not really 100% match fit, Kevin. He played against Real Sociedad last week, and I don't think they wanted to risk him in the first leg of the Real Madrid game.
Prior to the last 6 weeks, when they seem to have picked up a key injury in each of the last 6 weeks, they've been very lucky with injuries. We're making the point week in, week out of this settled team that he was getting a real tune out of, but once there was a real test of the squad, they've not been up to it.
Yeah, I think they've been found out, but that's the only way you're going to find out, isn't it, when you years' time.
Ronaldo, Isco, Casemiro. Joining up here is Danny Carvajal. Oh, nicely done by Ronaldo, denied by Ranthambia. Arbeloa took an age over getting a shot away there.
Kevin, he got 2 touches in the penalty area. You don't need 2 touches, you just hit the target. And good save from Ranthambia initially from Ronaldo.
Only Adrian in the penalty area for Atletico Madrid. Koke joining up, or at least trying to.
Well, the break's on.
Ronaldo. Bell made a good run, but Ronaldo delayed the pass, and here's Miranda. Might as well carry his run forward here. There he is, the Brazilian defender. Koke. Christian Rodriguez.
Well, he has a good left foot. You need to close him down. Carvajal got his body in the way in the end, Kevin, but I've been looking for people to close him down quicker than that. There's the chest control, Ronaldo. Big save now. What do you want to take 2 touches for? Hit that target. And that's what Christian Rodriguez was doing, hitting the target. He's got a corner kick.
And the header flashes wide. Mario Suarez caught that sweetly.
He's come in and attacked it. He's got a free run as well, Kevin. Free run, free header. Should have hit the target for me. And he hasn't played much in the last few months. That's the difference, as Cristiano makes way.
There won't be a 24th hat-trick, but his early penalties certainly ensured what we all thought was very likely anyway, the Copa del Rey final for Real Madrid. Hesse to come on. If you've not seen him in recent weeks, a little cameo for the last quarter of an hour. He is all the rage at the moment, taking up a lot of column inches in Spain, the 20-year-old.
That was a header from Suarez. Free header, Kevin. Should have hit the target.
Well, we've been talking about it, Jerry, and I know a lot of the Spanish press have been talking about the self-same subject. Hesse for the Spain World Cup squad.
Well, I think he must be in with a chance. I do. The way he's playing, he's getting better every game. I would wait and see. I wouldn't discount him, certainly. I think he's got to have a great chance. And when you look at the lack of natural attacking players forwards that Spain's got, I think he's going to struggle, obviously, with Soldado not being a regular at Tottenham and Torres not being a regular at Chelsea. So it's going to be Diego Costa maybe and Llorente. Those are the two you'd look at. Even though they're 2-0 down and out of the competition, he still wants to win things. He wants to see a goal, and he looks at the positives. That's the great attitude from Simeone.
Atletico Madrid will not be the first club to successfully defend the Copa del Rey since but will Barcelona get their job done in the second semi-final? Live for you Wednesday night from the Anoeta in the Basque Country against Real Sociedad. Barca 2 up from the first leg, and then back to league action. Atletico Madrid, Valladolid. We'll show you that game from 5:15 on Sky Sports 1. Barcelona should get the job done against Rayo. Just for a change, it's Real Madrid playing the last of the three as they go to Getafe. 3:55 Sky Sports 2 for that Madrid derby.
Yep. He's still looking for a clean sheet, Kevin, obviously, as well. That's another talking point. Who plays goal for Spain?
Well,
Vicente Del Bosque's got his work cut out.
how could you leave the man who lifted high the World Cup trophy itself in South Africa in 2010, but not playing a lot of games, is he?
Nope, he's not playing any league games. When you look at the form of some of the other goalkeepers, Diego Lopez and Victor Valdez is so consistent at Barcelona as well. You know, it's a difficult one, and that's why he has to make the decisions, and obviously defending champions as well.
850 minutes now since Casillas has conceded a goal.
Well, I think he would praise his defence because they've kept the shots to a minimum.
Adrian. Broken up here by Casemiro. Hesse. Change of pace, which was a problem for Juan Fran until Miranda came across to help him out.
Well,
Yellow card for the Brazilian.
the referee was very quick to let's say there's an elbow comes out, not once, twice, three times. He really does throw it back once. There it is, there, that's the one. So, you know, he's lucky it's only a yellow.
Not sure it troubled Hesse as much as he showed there, but certainly a lazy arm from Miranda, which gave the referee no option but to produce that card. 10 minutes to go. Copa del Rey semi-final second leg. Real Madrid coasting to the final. 2-0 up on the night, 5-0 on aggregate.
I don't want to concede another goal now.
Isco. Carvajal. Casemiro looking for the run here of Hesse.
The other thing about Hesse is Kevin, he can play wide positions, you know, and he has got that pace, which is a great asset.
Rodriguez. Poor touch from Koke. Casemiro. Arbeloa. Iaramendi.
Well, it's good pressing from Atletico Madrid to win the ball back. As Real Madrid trying to keep possession.
This can only further boost Real Madrid's confidence, Jerry, ahead of the next games. You talked about that trip to Getafe this coming weekend, but also for when they come here at the beginning of next month. Only less than 3 weeks away.
It's a big month. March is a massive month for all three clubs. Barcelona Champions League, Real Madrid Champions League, and Atletico Madrid Champions League, as well as trying to win the league title.
Now, is there a goal here for Atletico Madrid? Oh, would have been, but for the athleticism of Casillas to deny Jose Sosa.
Lovely passage of play here on the half volley. Great technique from Jose Sosa, and hits it so well, maybe too well, Kevin. Half volley, look at that, just pure reflexes from Iker Casillas, and excellent goalkeeping.
Suarez, threat in the air again there. They're still having a go here.
Well, I know the way Simeone thinks, and he'll be telling them, look, we've lost the first half 2-0, but let's win the second half 1-0. And even if they lose 2-1, he'll look upon it as a victory. We finished it stronger than they did. You know, he'll look for all the positives, Kevin, believe you me.
And equally, Ancelotti will be wanting another clean sheet in Sewer. It's poor.
Well, this is another angle to look at it from, but it's just pure reflexes from Iker Casillas to deny Jose Sosa.
Technique was brilliant on the half volley, wasn't it?
But he got his knee over the top of the ball well, Kevin. He hit on the half volley, and there's so much venom in the shot.
Some Real Madrid fan, I presume it's a Real Madrid fan, with a little souvenir there, just behind the dugout. Questionable if that was an Atletico supporter.
Oh, what a ball.
Bale overhitting the cross, looking for Hesse.
It's a shame. Lovely little passage of play from Isco. A pirouette and then a fabulous pass in behind the full-back, and shame the cross wasn't better.
And we certainly didn't expect to be this yawning a gap in this Copa del Rey semi-final over 2 legs, but 2 penalties tonight, 2 own goals in last week's first leg. Really put paid to any challenge that Atleti hoped for.
They never really give Atleti any chance to get into, Kevin, with the early penalty. I put them on the back foot and then followed by a second penalty. I think that really finished them off. But to their credit, they have performed well in the second half. They've worked hard. They've not got their head down, so they've kept going. Varane, strong challenge there from Suarez.
Real Madrid closing in on 24 games unbeaten in all competitions, 20 wins during that run. It's ironic that Atletico Madrid were 23 unbeaten before last week's first leg, and including that game, it's now very much looking like 3 defeats in a row for Simeone's team. Rodriguez with a shot, drags it. A lot of them have stayed, probably to give their players as much support upon the final whistle as they can, knowing the importance of the weeks and months ahead.
Isn't it great though when you look at the league table, Kevin, and you think, you know, they're all on 57 points each, but they've won 18 games each, they've drawn 3 games each, and they've lost 2 games each, and there's virtually nothing in it in terms of goals for, with Barcelona on 63 goals, Real Madrid on 65, and Atletico Madrid on 56. But Atletico's got the best defensive unit, only conceded 16. So they're so tight at the top. It's fantastic for La Liga.
Barcelona on top by virtue of a better goal difference of 5 over Real Madrid, who are 1 better on goal difference above Atletico, but it doesn't go on goal difference at the end of the season, head to head. That's why when these two meet again in March, if Atletico Madrid avoid defeat, they'll have a better head-to-head record than Real Madrid, because they won at the Bernabeu.
Yeah, but don't forget the last game of the season, Kevin. Barcelona, Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
Now that's some game.
That was a draw between the two earlier in the season. Atletico Madrid have drawn 3 times with Barca in all competitions, but have not been able to follow up their league win over Real Madrid. They've been comprehensive winners on their way to extending their record of Copa del Rey finals to 39. Worth noting, though, they've only won less than 50% of those, which is a bit of a surprise.
Well, this is going to be their 39th final, Kevin, they've played in, and they've only won 18. They've lost the other 20, which is disappointing, but tomorrow night we'll find out who it's going to be, if it's going to be Barcelona or Real Sociedad.
Here's Rodriguez. Puts it on that left foot, but almost went out for a throw to his embarrassment. But Real Madrid have got some fans inside the stadium. Just about to find out how much longer the agony will continue for Atletico Madrid. But they'll have Diego Costa back at the weekend, just 1 extra minute for the home game against Valladolid here. Courtois has been struggling with a back injury. They're desperate to get the young Chelsea Loney has been so consistent between the sticks for them. And David Villa, well, he's got a hamstring problem at the moment, and I think he's going to miss the weekend's touch and go, whether he'll be fit for the Champions League first leg against AC Milan in Italy.
Yeah, the other one's Felipe Luis.
Yeah.
Oh, great defending there from Carvajal. There's a late challenge come in, and it was Christian Rodriguez, who was very late on Xavi Alonso. Wonderful first touch from Gareth Bale.
And so Andiano Mayenko draws the Copa del Rey semi-final second leg to a close. Very comfortable indeed for Carlo Ancelotti's team. 2 early penalties from Ronaldo on the night, and Real Madrid through to April's Copa del Rey final. They've beaten their city neighbours overall 5-0 on aggregate.
Seems incredible. And a lot of people fancied Atletico to beat Real over the 2 legs. They had won the last 2 encounters, of course, one of them being last season's Copa final. But that is one of the most one-sided semi-finals over the 180 minutes I've ever seen. Real have put their noisy neighbours firmly in their place. A big win from them. The fans happy. Atletico not at all. That's a great performance and great result from Real Madrid. Guys, just what are we to make of that second leg?
Well, I think this both games came in the worst time for Atletico Madrid. If it would have come maybe a month earlier, Atletico Madrid was a different team. Probably we've seen the worst Atletico Madrid in those over the 2 legs in the whole season.
Why do you think that is?
I think it could be a lot of reasons, but I think mainly because of tiredness. I think this team has lost that sort of intensity, that high tempo that always put on the games, the pressure. That was Atletico Madrid is mainly all about. And we haven't seen that in the last games. Without that, Atletico Madrid, I would have expected Atletico Madrid be more difficult to be beaten at, but obviously because all of that, they lost as well a bit of the tactically discipline that has made them, without the other things, stronger, and we've not seen that. I think it's been a very comfortable game for Real Madrid, and a game that was meant to be very, very difficult for Real Madrid at the Calderón, and Atletico Madrid has not made that possible today.
3-0 down from the first leg. The last thing you want to do is concede 2 penalties within the first 16 minutes.
Lack of concentration, perhaps, defensive mistakes, lack of, I wouldn't say attitude, but certainly the kind of defensive behaviour that made Atletico Madrid so good. That's all what you saw in the first 15 minutes of the game, and there's no doubt there is a penalty here. Even though Ronaldo falls perhaps at the point when he feels his second contact. In any case, it is a penalty, exceptionally well taken as usual, and a second penalty later. And you know, it was all, as you've been saying, it was all won in the first leg, when again, a lot of attitude from a 11 that was actually a regular 11 of Atletico Madrid couldn't give a game to Real Madrid. Why? Why does Simeone need it? I know they were in the semi-finals. They won it last year, the Cup. Why did still focus on the Cup? And I wonder if he's gonna pay a price for that this season.
Well, what do you expect him to do? Just give the tie away?
Yeah. If you think that you have only one player that gives you something from the bench in Raúl García, nobody else does that. If you cannot rotate, you have to take choices. You don't tell the fans, but you do it in the way you put your 11. And I think Simeone went for it, believing that that they still have mentally the strength and physically the strength to do so. I think they proved the team has proven that they're not ready for it.
One, guys, good to you go along with that, and 2, Diego Simeone's never had to deal with 3 consecutive losses as Atletico boss. Does he need a rethink in his own tactics?
Well, I think as a manager, you obviously have to consider, as Atletico Madrid sort of team, what you're going to go for. You can't go for the 3 competitions, especially with the squad they had. Although I thought that they got the players that could have strengthened this squad a bit better, but they didn't. They weren't the right players for the team. Said that, then, I can conceive the fact that you have to say, I'm not going to go and win this competition, but you have to obviously